My name is Chief Strongblood. I am St. Vincent and the Grenadines' favorite and most hated son. I am the diaspora children. My people, all in all, it was another beautiful day for a protest, and I enjoyed every moment of my protest. Let me first remind you the front of my sign says, I don't want the white man's money, the white man's woman, the white man's friendship, and or the white man's fame. And the reverse of my sign says, white man, why have you enslaved the African American, the Latinos, etc.? There is nothing particularly interesting that I should bring to your attention as it relates to my protest. And as you know, when I have protested and when I have updated you as to what transpired while I protested, it is always my pleasure and my delight to bring you something from the word of the Most High God. My people, we are still in the book of Revelation, and we have been unveiling many wonderful truths. We are now in the book of Revelation, chapter 13, and we are going to deal with Revelation chapter 13, verse 8. And this is a very short verse, but there is many things in it for us to unpack so that you can get a comprehensive view of what is happening in this passage of scriptures. Revelation chapter 13, verse 8 says, let us read it together. And they that dwell upon the earth shall worship him whose name is not written in the book of life of the Lamb slain from the foundation of the world. There are two very important and significant things we must first unravel before we go any further here. And as it says here, and they that dwells upon the earth shall worship him. So the first thing we must find out now is who are the they that dwells upon the earth they are speaking about. And the second thing we want to find out here is who is the him they are going to worship. In order for us to find out who they're speaking about in this passage of scriptures are, we must remember something that we did earlier. If you can remember very carefully, we have concluded that there are 8 nations on this earth. And by now we should know who those 8 nations are. And according to Revelation chapter 1, we discovered that the Most High made preparation for 7 of those 8 nations. But the 8th nation, preparation was made for them by the delinquent and malicious act of Satan, the angel that is formerly known as Lucifer. The 7 nations that we're speaking about here are those 7 nations on the earth that can find one of their progenitors in one of the sons of Noah, that is Shem, Ham, or Japheth. It was the same 7 nations that the Most High God spoke about in Revelation chapter 1, and it was the same 7 nations that he made preparation for, in that he assigned a chief angel and a battalion of angels to look out for them. Those 7 nations are the African nation, the Israelite nation, the Arab nation, the Asian nation, the Indian nation, the Polynesian nation, and the Arawaki nation. The 8th nation is the Caucasian nation. And the Caucasian nation is the him who they are speaking about in this passage of scripture. Remember, the him they're speaking about is the beast that came out of the sea, that had 7 heads and 10 horns, 10 crowns upon the horns, and the name of blasphemy written upon the head. The passage of scriptures also said that they are going to worship him. So we have to qualify what is the worship that the 7 nations are going to give to this beast. If you can remember very well, in our last study of Revelation chapter 13, which we dealt with verse 7, it says there that power was given to him to make war with the saints of the Most High God and to overcome them. And we discover that the sins of the Most High God is the Israelite nation. And the Israelite nations in today's world is the children of the transatlantic slave trade, the descendants. And it said that he was given power to overcome every kindred, every nation, and every tongue, which when you put it together, it's speaking about the other six nations apart from the Israelite nation. His war with the Israelite nation and overcoming them is when he waged war with the Israelites and enslaved the Israelite nation from BC 331 when Greece invaded Israel and took over the leadership of Israel right down to today's era. For although all of the nations of the earth was conquered and are under Caucasians' bondage of some level, the bondage of the Israelite nation is the more severe of all of the bondage. We and our people are found at the bottom of every ladder there is in every society of the world. The social ladder, we are at the bottom. The economic ladder, we are at the bottom. The industrial ladder, we are at the bottom. And we are at the bottom because the beasts wage war with against us and they overcome us, and they are still keeping their feet upon our necks. 2,356 years after the force put it there. And because of the strength, the brutality, and the aggression of the Caucasian nation, that which they have exhibited against every nation on the earth, every nation have humbled themselves to the Caucasians in reverence, in fear, and adoration. Most nations worship the Caucasian nation out of fear, that if they don't comply and do as they wish, if they don't please them and make them happy, that they will come against them with their guns and their bombs and their armies, and they will kill their people and steal their wealth, while others fear and revere and honor the Caucasians out of convenience, because they know if they can appease the Caucasians, then they will get that which they want from them, which is riches, the opportunity to make a better life for their people. No nation that worship the Caucasians in giving them honor, fear, and reverence do it out of love for them. It is either out of fear or out of convenience, because the reality is there is no nation who really love the Caucasians. If any nation could get themselves out from under the Caucasians' grip, they are going to take the first opportunity and do so. So you may be asking, how does the nation of the world worship the Caucasian nation? Let me give you a brief example of how this is done. On the law books of every nation of the world, homosexuality is a crime. It is a crime of buggery. Even if two men voluntarily lie with each other as they lie with each other, like a man and a woman, in every nation of the world, it is the crime of buggery. No man can consent to have homosexual sex with another. If this is found, then those men have opened themselves to be arrested, to be charged, to be taken to court and prosecuted, and most likely they will be convicted. No nation on the earth actively encourages their citizens to destroy the next generation of their people that is coming on streams. Because to destroy the next generation that is coming on stream would be foolish. It will ensure that the country or the lineage does not continue. But if you notice very carefully, every nation on the earth have changed homosexuality from a crime, and it makes it legal. Not only did they make homosexuality legal, if you speak bad about homosexuality and homosexuals, you can find yourself in real serious trouble, especially if you have a high and important role in the community or if you own a business. The powers that be will ensure that you are punished by losing your position or losing your business. The only reason why the legislations as it relates to homosexuality in the other nations of the world have been changed, it is because the Caucasian nation, who are the proponents of homosexuality, have instructed them that if you are going to continue to be our friends, you have to allow your citizens to practice this defiled act openly and without repercussions. So the act of worship here is them making a decision that they know is wrong, that they know will affect their citizens, but they make it anyway in order to please the Caucasians. Now, their citizens are being raped, men are raping men, and these things are go unchecked because no one wants to run against the common and popular trend. Now, in every nation of the world, a trend that was once scorned and frowned upon is now accepted and is being practiced openly. They are worshiping the Caucasian nation with this. Another thing, or another way in which they worship the Caucasian nation is that every nation have made it legal and easy for their citizens to destroy the next generation through abortion. If you go to every country of the world, you can find planned parenthood in those nations. Planned parenthood. They come into your country as a disguise, as to teach your people how to manage childbearing and childbirth and to take care of female reproductive health. But we all know Planned Parenthood is the #1 proponent of abortion among women. They ensure that women have free and easy access to abortion, no question asked. They don't even care what are the reasons why you want to abort your child. As long as you want to have an abortion, they ensure that you have free and easy access to abortion. Even a minor child can have an abortion without notifying their parents, and neither the doctor, the counselor, or those people who facilitated the abortion has any obligation to the parents to inform them of the decision their minor child made with their counsel and help. And guess what? The parents cannot do anything if they find out. They are helpless in this situation. So the worship in this case is where countries and people enact laws and follow those laws, knowing that those laws are not good for them and their people, but they do it anyway, either because they are afraid of the Caucasians or because they see they can benefit in somehow from the Caucasian nation. And the last part of this text says, they worship him whose name is not written in the book of life of the Lamb slain from the foundation of the world. My people, this puzzled a lot of people. There is something that's called the Lamb's Book of Life. This is something that man don't have access to, but is the book in which the name of the saints of the Most High God who have went through great tribulation, meaning lived a life and came out in the favor and honoring the Most High God with their life. Their names are written in that book. And they are worshiping Him whose name is not written in that book. The name of the Caucasians are not written in that book. For no Caucasians will ever be redeemed and inherit the kingdom of the Most High God. They are going to be burned in hell with their father the devil and the angels of the devil. I have a lot of bad news for a lot of people. For example, for the Seventh-day Adventists, I want them to know that Ellen G. White's name is not written in the Lamb's Book of Life because she is a Caucasian. Her husband, James White, name is not written in the Lamb's Book of Life. Fox and Foy, all of those patriots of the Seventh-day Adventist Church and the presidents of the General Conference of the Seventh-day Adventist Church that were white, their names are not written in the Lamb's Book of Life because they are all Caucasians. They are the seeds of Satan, and they, no matter how much good you think they are, no matter how much righteous you think they are, their names are not written in the Lamb's Book of Life. You may be arguing Ellen G. White is our prophet. She gave so much prophecies. Even the devil, Satan himself, can give his servants prophecies. Do you know the very popular American folk song, the Song of Silence? That song is a prophecy that was given by Satan to the authors and singers of that song. A lot of Ellen G. White's writing was taken from those books that was taken out of the Bible, the apocryphal texts, the book of Enoch, the book of Joshua, the book of the Jubilees, etc., etc., etc. She may have had visions, but her visions did not come from the Most High God. Like the song of silence. I'm going to show up on the screen at the end of this video. Go and take a look at it. Ellen G. White's visions were not of the Most High God. Why didn't the Most High God tell her in the visions that the people who they despise for centuries are His chosen people, the children of slaves? Why didn't the Most High God reveal to her that the Edomites of the Bible is called the Caucasians in her time and she is an Edomite? And the Most High God have pronounced a judgment of destructions upon the Edomites. Go and read the book of Obadiah. The Most High God said in Malachi chapter 1 verse 2 to 4 that He hates the Edomites. And the Most High God says in Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 68 that the Caucasians are the enemies of the Israelites. Do you believe that Ellen G. White don't know all of these things? She knew these things. But she led you to believe that the Caucasians nation is the superior nation. That the chosen of the Most High God are the Caucasians that now call themselves the Jews. Ellen G. White was fully aware that Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 16 to 68 outlined the course that the Israelites must take if they are not faithful to the Most High God. We know from the writings of the prophets that the Israelites were stiff-necked and they were always rebelling against the counsel and teaching of the Most High God and the prophets of the Most High God. And we have seen Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 68 fulfilled in the life of the children of slaves. But yet, she never told you that you are the chosen of the Most High God. I have more news for you. Mother Teresa's name is not written in the Lamb's Book of Life. John and Charles Wesley's name is not written in the Lamb's Book of Life. Joel Osteen's name is not written in the Lamb's Book of Life. Benny Hinn's name is not written there. Billy Graham's name is not written there. And Pope Leo his name is not written in the Lamb's Book of Life. It does not matter what role they play, how much gospel they preach, their names are not written there. For the same references I made about Ellen G. Wright can be applied to each of those whose name I've mentioned here, and every white minister of the gospel, every white humanitarian, every white person who show to the world that they are doing something good for the world. Their name is not written in the Lamb's Book of Life because they are all the seed of Lucifer. Like them, trust them, love them to your own detriment, because it is their intention to ensure that you do not receive the benefit of the Israelites, the benefit of the other sons and daughters of Noah, to inherit the kingdom of the Most High, to live in tranquility and to be prosperous on this earth. Do you think that the white man will give you the secret to be rich and prosperous on this earth where you don't have to depend on them? He will never. That's why those churches don't encourage you into real faithfulness. They have rogues as ministers, living nasty lives and making excuses for their nasty living, and tell you that they are human also. Let me tell you something. Elijah was human, but he lived such a life that it was unquestionable. Job was human. Enoch was human, but they lived such a life that in Job's case, the Most High says that Job was faithful and upright in all of his ways. Enoch was taken up into heaven. He never saw that because he was human, but his faithfulness reached to that level where he did not have to see that. I am human. It does not mean that Enoch and Job and these other men did not face temptation. Of course they were tempted. Every man alive is tempted. Even the Son of God, Yahweh, the Son of Man, was tempted. Do you remember when Mary of Magdalene poured the content of the alabaster box on the Son of Man's head and anointed his head and anointed his feet? Remember, Mary of Magdalene was a whore. It was her training and profession to make men feel comfortable and aroused so that they can use her service. That is what she knew. When Mary of Magdalene massaged the Son of Man's head with the oil from the alabaster box, and when she massaged his feet, she massaged them with a kind of sensation that was intended for one of her clients to ensure that he is comfortable and satisfied and sexually aroused. That is what she knew. It may not have been her intention to get him sexually aroused so that she can have sex with him. But she can only practice that which she knew. And that which she knew was how to make a man become aroused and want to desire her sexually. The scripture says that there was no temptation that was given unto man that the Son of Man didn't experience. So he experienced all of the temptation. The only difference is, like Job, like Enoch, like Elijah, they did not succumb to those temptations. They hold fast and they fix their eyes on the Most High God. And it was the Most High God that kept them from their troubles. It is the same thing that the Son of Man did. So when these preachers go out and get involved in homosexuality and sleep with the women in the churches and feel guilty about what they do and come and try to justify their actions by telling you that they are human too, that is what the Caucasians want. They don't want you to have a true example of what a man who is faithful to the Most High God is. So all of those people who are faithful, they are never promoted. They are never given the spotlight. But those reprobates, those men who will get involved in homosexuality, bestiality, and abortion freely, those who have no morals and scruples, they are given the spotlight so that the world will know that you are unable to do the things that are required of you. This is a mindset they want for you. Remember, like this video, share this video, leave a comment on this video, and let me know what are your thoughts about what was said here. I would like for you to either like or subscribe based on which social media platform you are viewing this video from. And remember, my name is Chief Strongblood. I am St. Vincent and the Grenadines, favorite and most hated son. I am the diaspora, but I'll talk to you on Monday.